Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com. With your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson.
Hey, wait a minute. I know those people. Welcome to Speed Scene Live, everybody. Glad you could join us all over the planet right here at SpeedSceneLive.com. I would be the aforementioned Bruce Barker, and there's Diana-Mite.
Welcome, or for all of our Latin listeners and viewers around the world, buenvenidos a todos.
Ooh, what do you think about that, Lucky Hudson?
Muy bien, muy bien.
Wow. Oh,
Well,
man.
we want to give love out to everyone because we know we have so many people out there.
I like the way you are sharing the love. Hey, tonight we're going to show you how we took this good-looking, shiny, and polished-up 66 Nova from red to red. Yeah, the Curry Rear Ends flame wrap, more of a sort of a flame tribal graphic look, and we're going to display it tonight for the first time.
That's right. Here it is, actually in progress. The guys are installing the wrap, and we're going to show you more later, the whole deal, but what do you think, Bruce? You think people are going to notice that car?
Man, they are going to notice that car. You know,
Coming and going.
wraps to me are scary because they're huge. I mean, you know, I could put a sticker on a car, although Diana-Mite does it better than I can.
I try.
But look at the size of this thing.
I know, and they've got all these tricks, and they know how to do it without bubbles. And I watched, I filmed. Some of the times they would put it down and then remove it and reapply it. I thought,
Oh, man.
there's no way I could do that. But it came out looking great. And, of course, the car looks fast now. I mean, it looked great before. It had a great paint job.
That makes it look faster?
To me, it does.
Oh, okay.
It looks busy, I'm going
it's
somewhere.
Not moving, but it's looking faster.
There you go.
It is looking faster. We're going to show you more about this later in the show, but we got a bunch of other stuff to talk about. We're also going to show you more of the Hedman Hustler header install, and plus we have a heartwarming story about a dad and his son's car. And then coming up on the show, one of the most famous Camaros of all time. It's called the Big Red Camaro. And if you don't know about this car, you're going to want to know about it because this car is incredible. I've got some video of it doing the Texas Mile. That's right, Diana-Mite. Not quarter mile. Oh, no, in Texas,
mile.
everything's bigger.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Now, and we've also got some great footage right here. And this is some shots of the Time Machine Nationals. This is Jason Greenwood. He's getting his Nostalgia Top Fuel license at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove, Wisconsin. So, you know he was having some fun that day.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that car is going to get some new paint or maybe a wrap. It looks like they're just taking it out for the first time here.
There you go. And you know what? We've got Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne. They're going to come on in, and they're going to be the special guests of this show. They're going to tell a little bit about the California Hot Rod Reunion. It's going to be like a Night of Nitro preview, Lucky.
Ooh. Is that Donnie Mite?
Donnie Mite. I don't know. It's Donnie and Dar, so that's the double Ds. Maybe they need one more for Diana, and then it can be triple Ds, huh?
How about another
You
pair?
think? You think? Yeah. And then plus, you know what? Upcoming future shows, we're going to have Mark Metters from Good Guys, Nostalgia Top Fuel driver Adam Sorkin, and a ton of more special guests.
You know, I can't wait to get that Mark Metters on the show because not only is he in charge of Good Guys, which is a huge car show deal,
Sure.
but he's a drag racer. He's got a 5-second Camaro.
Wow.
He's going out. He's just really doing a great job behind the wheel. And
I remember when I used to be a drag racer for Good Guys.
that's right. You've won an event at Good Guys.
Yeah.
And Mark, I don't believe, has ever won a Good Guys event.
No. Well, I have, and I've got the trophy to show for it.
Nice. Trophy, bragging rights, it all comes together. Oh, hey,
Who cares
look at that
about the money? Give me a trophy any day. It'll last much longer, I'll tell you that much.
Man, I hear you. Where does the money go? What money, we ask? Hey, Brian Layton's going to be on the show tonight, the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report. His guest is going to be Valerie LeDuc. Got some big news coming. Valerie's going to be behind the wheel. We'll be talking about that. And Hot Rod Bob Beck will return next week. Get well soon. Bob, he won't be on the show tonight. We'd say he's on assignment. He's on germ battling assignment.
Poor Bob.
I know.
Kisses. I hope you feel better.
Well, October 12th through the 14th, the ANRA season finals will be at Bakersfield. So come on down. You'll see great racing. You won't see any Nostalgia Top Fuel because they don't do any of the nitro thing. But
What? No nitro?
Not at ANRA, but they do everything else, and it'll be the happiest bunch of racers you'll ever see. And that's coming up. Also, the Hot Rod Reunion at Bakersfield is coming up the following weekend. Come on down and get a free Curry goodie bag and see the Curry Race Nova in person, plus all the cool nitro cars, nitro funny cars, and historic race cars, plus the Grand Marshal will be TV Tommy Ivo.
Is that the Auto Club Famosa Bakersfield Raceway you're talking about?
Yes,
I just
it
want to,
is.
plug that Auto Club for everybody in Southern California. Let them know how much we appreciate them sponsoring our tracks out there and keeping them up and alive.
That's right. And you'll see top fuel front engine dragsters like this, big Hemi motors with lots of nitro running M&H tires. And you'll also see nitro funny cars and all kinds of different classes, cool stuff. It's one of the best races of the year. If you've never been, you got to go. If you've been already, you're already going.
Man, did you capture this footage, Lucky?
No, I did not. I actually, he put it up on one of the websites, and he was just kind of like, hey, check out my new ride, and this is him getting license passes.
Cool.
And I thought, it's such a nice piece. Let's put it on the show.
What
Man.
are those thingies in front of the back tires? It's like little wing
Canards. They keep the car from going airborne.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yes. It's nice to not go airborne, isn't it?
Yeah, at that speed, it's nice.
Yes.
Unless you planned on doing it.
Let's see what the mile per hour is.
There we go. 215.
215.
Wow, 0.93.
Yeah, and these are just license runs, so he probably went faster and faster as the day went by.
Now, he's got a little bit of a custom touch there. Kind of hard to see. By the way, thanks to Way Out Willard Productions. It's kind of hard to see the on some of those shots, but it's it's like a Union Pacific or a railroad logo on the center of the three butterflies.
Oh, wow.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know.
I bet you one of our viewers out there know. They'll call or they'll text us and let us know.
Yeah, that would be good to know. Now, speaking of cool stuff, we've got some footage. I showed you the beginning of a brand new set of Hedman Hustler headers, and we're kind of continuing on. We're getting the car finished up. They're putting the last few touches on the car, and this is at the Hedman Hustler header plant in Georgia. And they really did a great job. Custom made. They're installing a set of the Hedman mufflers. And a lot of the tracks now are having problems with sound. And I'm telling racers, if you're getting a new system or you're looking at your car, get some mufflers on your car because everybody complains. Let's head them off at the pass. Let's just start putting mufflers on our car right now, especially since there's so many companies out there that make these great mufflers that you can put on your car. You really don't lose any power as far as I can tell. You might pick up a little torque, and it just quiets the car down. It really makes a big difference.
Now, tell me here, because we're seeing what is obviously a bolts and nuts custom install with the experts at Hedman Hustler Headers, what's the story if you don't live in a location where Hedman can install them personally? Because everybody's car is kind of made different as they modify it for racing.
Well, a lot of cars, they have a full line of production headers that'll fit your existing car. Bruce, like you've got a lot of cars, your Mustangs, cars with the motor in the stock location.
Yeah.
You can get a set of Hedman Hustler headers that'll fit your car, your chassis. Not a problem. They've got all kinds of different applications. Now, mine just happened to be a little custom because I put the motor back. It's a tube chassis, and hey, I'm not in the Georgia area myself. I just happen to be traveling across country and said,
right
"Hey,
place, right time."
You
man.
know what? I'll come on down." And it's interesting that there's a lot of technology that goes into this. For example, my car runs it does not use a traditional firing order. On my motor, they've taken the number 4 and the number 7 cylinder and swapped them on the firing order.
Why?
What that does is it's better for the motor because of the location of the cylinders.
Why?
And it makes the motor happier.
It
well,
makes
it sounds
the motor happier.
I like yours better than mine. I was going to say it sounds like a balance issue, a balancing issue.
Well, and I think it's a scavenging, and I'm no expert, so I'm sure there's a guy out there going, "What an idiot! That's not why." But
No,
and I wouldn't
happy
disagree.
works.
Happy works.
Yeah, happy. works.
Lucky's got a happy motor.
Well, I always say you got to make your race car happy if you want it to run good, and they actually made these headers a special way to accommodate that firing order, where my old headers weren't made that way. So a lot of it has to do with the tubes being close to each other as they fire and stuff. And I'm really happy. To me, it smooths out the car as it goes down the track. The motor runs really smooth, and a lot of people do that now. And
God, the amount of science, it's unbelievable. I mean, when I purchased Hedman Hustler headers, yeah, you're right. It's a stock vehicle. I put it on. It was a few years ago now. Gee, I'm trying to think.
Well, you've got so many cars, Bruce. It's hard to remember which one you put them on, huh?
I know. Yeah, exactly. But it was
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It must have been a Ford.
Yeah, it was. It was a Mustang, and it was bolt on. And while of course my firing order wasn't interrupted, it wasn't changed around or anything. And man, those things were so easy. It was like butter.
Now, speaking of things like butter, I got to show my rear end off a little bit here because I'm very proud of my smooth as butter Curry rear end back here.
I remember when those. What's the name of that particular housing? That's the
F9.
Yeah, when those first came out, I think we were talking about on the show a year or two ago, and wow, I remember they were pretty then, and they're prettier when they're on the car.
And that's been in the car now for a couple years, or over a year now, and been working perfect. So
Nice shop, Lucky.
Yeah, it is a nice shop.
Wow.
Yes, and actually that's the same lift that I used to pull the transmission out to change the flex plate that was bad.
Oh.
And then after I got the transmission out, and Phil from Hedman Hustler Headers, thank you for all your help. Phil helped me out. He's got a great S10 Blazer race car. Wow. And he helped me pull the tranny, and then we looked at the flex plate and went, oh, it's not going to work. Because of the flex plate shield in the mid plate, we couldn't pull out the flex plate. So we had to put everything back in, took the car to Ohio, raced it with the bad flex plate, and then last Sunday I went ahead and pulled the motor, changed the flex plate, and put the motor back in.
Well,
what had happened to that flex plate?
It lost a couple teeth, got chewed up, and then the teeth got all grungy looking, and then the starter would get hung up on it.
Where do those teeth go when they just kind of get chewed up, Lucky?
I don't know.
They just disappear, or they end up in that oil pan somewhere?
Well, let's take a look at how those headers look now, because here's a super secret spy shot from the Georgia plant, and look at those babies. They just got coated.
Wow.
They're fully welded. They've got the mufflers. Look how tiny and compact those Hedman Hustler mufflers are.
Wow.
Don't those look great?
That is gorgeous.
That's going to be awesome on your car.
They tuck right up underneath the body, and it's really going to look nice on the car. The car's going to run better, and it's going to look better, and I can't wait to get them on. So,
man, I hear you. Hey, you know what, Diana-Mite, speaking of where the teeth go, I had to rescue a different Mustang. This was 15 years ago or so. It had been parked because, I was having starting problems, and sure enough, a few teeth had broken off. So you'd sit there and go, eee! Starter just whines, and then you have to hand crank the motor over a little. Well, I took off a little inspection cover at the bottom of the bell housing, and all the teeth were right there.
Were they really?
They didn't do me any good, but they were there.
Oh, well, as long as they were accounted for, that's the important thing.
I didn't count them, but I would assume they were all there. I hope they were.
You hope so. Hey, let's take a break, and we're counting on you to hang in there over this commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to get into that Curry Rear Ends wrap, show you a little bit about that. Plus, we've got coming up Brian Layton with the Off-Road Report with Valerie LeDuc. So stay tuned.
How many of you ever happened to see Speed Scene live on your computer? You got a great show, and you have lots of fun. And I will be back on whenever I'm invited.
Whether you have a hot rod that needs more hustle or a muscle car that needs more muscle, if it's more power you want, Hedman has it. Since 1954, Hedman headers have worked harder, fit better, and lasted longer than the new guys on the block. In fact, Hedman headers are so tough, they're guaranteed for life. So log on to Hedman.com tonight, because if it's more power you want, Hedman has it.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, The Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and The Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. You're live with Diana-Mite. We've got Scott Lucky Hudson here to my left. Bruce Barker back there, well, just handling the controls.
Hi, Mom.
And hi, Mom. Tug on your ear. And an action-packed night for everyone. Yeah, not everybody's going to remember that, are they, Lucky?
Well, I was watching How I Met Your Mother, and she does a...
Yeah, but only at certain times.
You want to tell me what time that is? What time? When does she do that, Diana-Mite?
It's about after midnight.
Oh. Well, speaking of after midnight... You know, I've never had a wrap on my car, and I got to tell you, on one hand, I almost hated to do it because the paint job that Mo did on this car would look just so great. But I went to a race, and there were 3 other Red Novas, and I kind of thought, you know,
yeah,
we got to pop, baby. We got to stand out in a crowd.
Well, you know what? You're popping that Curry logo, and, you know, at least my car, it's got the little bling-bling shooting out the hood. I can always tell my car in a crowd.
That's right. Mine was just another Red Nova.
Just another Red Nova, Lucky. Another beautiful Red Nova.
Well, that is true. But we went ahead and the guys at Curry came up with this design, and what they wanted to do was they wanted to make the Curry stand out. You know, we all wanted bigger Curry lettering on the doors. And, of course, when you got red letters on a red car, that creates an issue.
It does.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And I recall, too, that the Curry logo, I think you just mentioned it standing out because previously it was smaller.
It was smaller. And I told them, I said, I want bigger.
I like bigger.
Keep that as a sound bite, okay, Bruce? We're going to play that again.
It is now in the archives.
There you go.
Or the blooper reel or something. Yeah, so...
you know, I think it's actually even the letters are a little bit different. The C is more ornate and, you know, hangs down a little bit more.
Well, they did kind of go through a factory revamp of their own logo.
Well, it looks great.
So this is the new Curry logo. And then they did the flames, and you know, they're not a traditional flame. Like Bruce said at the top of the show, they kind of look a little more like a tribal graphic.
Yeah.
You know.
But for you, Lucky, I think this is a great look. You know, because I know you're that modern, you know, kind of edgy guy, and you like that tribal look. Yeah, you are.
I feel like kind of a boring guy sometimes.
Me, personally, I'm kind of an old-fashioned girl. You know, I'm like the old-fashioned flamey, you know, the orangey, yellowy, blue pinstripe kind of gal. But I can respect this, too. You know, it kind of goes with your personality.
Well, I think that's a compliment, Bruce.
Wait, is that another one? It's not.
Is that another soundbite?
Wait a minute. Did you just say something nice about me on Speed Scene Live?
I think I might have, Lucky.
Whoa. Well, I appreciate that, Diana-Mite. And, you know, when I go racing, I want to have fun. I want to have a good time. And to me, it's all about the people of racing. And sure, I love to win. I love to go rounds. But to me, I just want to have a good time, go out, represent my sponsors, and you know what? I like having a flashy car. I like having something that's kind of fun and wild, and to me, that's just part of the fun.
Well, you're always talking about promoting your sponsors. I mean, that's one of the things that you try to emphasize so very, very much, and I think you do very well with Curry. And this is just a perfect example of promoting your sponsors, guys and girls. I mean, look how huge this Curry is. Look how the flames kind of bleed into it and kind of morph together. I mean, this car is, you're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss the sponsor.
This is the Curry car, the Hedman Hustler header car.
Right.
When you look at it, that's what you see.
Tell me how they did this. These guys roll up in a truck that's got just a giant roll of applique of vinyl decal in it.
3 separate ones, each side in the hood.
Okay, and watching here what they do on the door seams, because pinstripers have to deal with that.
Oh yeah,
going around the seams, and then they pop out a torch and they heat it up to make it adhere.
They were torching your paint?
Yeah, they were torching my paint.
Were you like having a heart attack?
A little bit. It seemed a little weird,
I would have thought a heat gun would be a little safer, but
blow dryer.
Yeah. They said fire, baby. You'll see it here in a minute. They're gonna whip some fire out on it. And they said another thing about the vinyl is when it gets hot, I guess it shrinks or stretches. So they get it hot now. See, right there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
And it's right on there.
Right on there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's a pretty cool little torch. They just push the button and it just fires right up.
None of the little striker extra deal what.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is weird.
It's too convenient.
Yeah. And I wasn't going to tell them about my gas leak. I didn't.
You did get that fixed, didn't you, Lucky?
I'm joking. There was no gas leak.
I think you're right about it shrinking, though, because I remember doing some of the tape pinstripes a few years ago on a car, and it had pretty fresh paint on it still. It was a yellow car, white stripes, and they, after a while, started pulling the paint, towards it. It shrank.
Was that retractable hardtop?
No, it didn't have stripes. It was another Mustang. How many times have I said Mustang on this show?
I don't know.
But,
Are they paying you? Is Ford paying you tonight?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, I'm going to spill the beans on something coming up here, but we want to stick with the Curry application here.
All righty.
Don't railroad the Curry wrap, okay?
That's right.
We can't.
You're going to spill the beans, and we're not even going to have Bob on with gas?
Yeah. How long, Lucky, would you say that this took?
It took about 4 hours.
Wow, two guys, 4 hours.
2 guys, 4 hours. Pretty, quite a bit of work, and you could see they took their time and they went over. After they would go over it inch by inch, they'd relook at it, they'd make sure they didn't leave any bubbles, or they really took their time, did a good job.
Are they getting paid by the hour or by the application?
I don't know. Maybe they are. But one of the things that was crucial about this, that was interesting, they said, we put the sides on, and then we put the hood on, and we had to make it all connect.
Oh, man.
Whereas, like, if I did the side of a trailer, which was just a big square sheet, that's really easy.
Sure.
But with a car, you've got all these, contours, and the hood's not flat. It's got a cowl hood. Look, there's that heat again.
Yeah.
Oh, scary.
And,
I'm surprised the paint's not bubbling at this point.
That is amazing to think that they can match that stuff up, because you're right. Even on a compound curve car, if you're doing a paint as opposed to a wrap, then you're just masking it off and painting the various flame colors and whatever.
Yeah.
And but this thing, it arrives in pieces, so you have to get it right.
And you have a flat vinyl piece that has to go on this car with all these contours, and you can see how far the cowl hood sticks up quite a bit.
Jeez, I wouldn't want the responsibility, man.
Well, it was.
Yeah, I know how high it sticks up. I've driven that car before, and I'm like all the way up in the seat trying to look over.
You need to be like one of those tail dragger aircraft. It's like you look out the sides because you can't look out the front.
Can someone put a book underneath me so I can sit up in the seat?
I was going to say a phone book, but I don't know what those are anymore.
Yeah, really.
Well, next time you see me out at the races, if you come out to Bakersfield, if you come out to the Hot Rod Reunion, you're going to see this car in person. And I've had a couple people ask me about the Hero cards, since it no longer matches the logo on the Hero cards. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to reshoot some new photos for a new Hero card. But we've got one more piece of the pie here. Of course, we're going to install the Hedman Hustler headers. That's a given. They're coming on. They're just got coated. They're heading to the West Coast for me. So that's going on next. But to complete the whole look, the Curry look, we're going to put a new set of wheels on here.
Oh.
Do I get my front wheels back?
You do get your front wheels back.
Those are your front wheels?
Yeah.
Well,
That's just
really,
so long.
they're his front wheels, but I just kind of inherited them, and then Santa Claus brought me matching back wheels.
Well, and they
so
do look
you
good,
would
so
think, boys and girls, you would think that my front wheels wouldn't disappear if Santa brought me back matching wheels, huh?
Bruce, go to the very end of that wrap and of that video and go back 2 seconds. The very end.
Okay, the very end.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do that. Can you slide it all over?
Yeah, here we go.
And
Let's see if this will do this.
If you do that, you're going to see in the back of my car, you'll see Diana-Mite's car with the front end up on jack stands.
With no wheels.
With no front, right there.
Yeah,
with no front wheels on it.
Right. Just the poor orphaned child sitting in the back of that nice shop.
Yes.
It is waiting for it.
Well, we're going to do new wheels that are going to be black and polished wheels. So
Wow.
the wheels are going to have a lot of black in them, and that's going to tie in with the black graphics, and that's going to really be the icing on the cake right there.
Man, that's going to be pretty sweet. Hey, I was mentioning something about Mustang and a little giveaway here. It's not by the way, not like a product giveaway or something.
Right. You're not giving away a Mustang.
No, I want to get this out of the way. Here we are. It's the Ford Mustang Facebook page. Okay, so let's go to photos. And I don't know how this happened, but somehow... See this car right here on the left?
That's your car.
That's my car. Somebody posted it at the Mustang page, and it's got 17,000 likes.
Wow, 17,000 likes.
So it's like, I don't know where it came from, though. It's like, hey, well, that's pretty cool.
That is cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That car's for sale, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Just in case anyone wants to know.
In fact, that must be where they got the photo, is it was on eBay.
Bruce, let's take a commercial break, because I know everybody wants to go to eBay right now and look for that Mustang convertible four-wheel drive.
Oh, I should have put it back up.
When we come back, we've got the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report. We're going to talk to Valerie LeDuc and Brian Layton and everybody else.
That's right. Next, here at Speed Scene Live.
Hi, this is Dragster Jeff Kreider, and when I'm not drag racing, I'm watching Speed Scene Live.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you, slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Whether you have a hot rod that needs more hustle or a muscle car that needs more muscle, if it's more power you want, Hedman has it. Since 1954, Hedman headers have worked harder, fit better, and lasted longer than the new guys on the block. In fact, Hedman headers are so tough, they're guaranteed for life. So log on to Hedman.com tonight, because if it's more power you want, Hedman has it.
everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Welcome back to the show, Speed Scene Live. Hey, whose turn is it to bring us back?
I can't remember. I don't know what.
Well, let's see. If Bruce opened up and I brought us back
One,
first break.
2, 3. That's me.
It's really my fault.
Yeah, you can
Was
count
it?
on me all the way up to 4.
Yeah.
Hey, next week, the big red Camaro, one of the coolest cars out there, road racing, the Texas Mile, all kinds of incredible, incredible stuff. We're going to have the team live in studio next week. But tonight, Diana-Mite, who do we have on the PRP
Well, we've got.
Seats and Belts Off-Road Report?
I have to deal with this on a weekly basis, boys and girls.
Yes.
Please help me. Well, we've got Bryant Layton. Bryant, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Why is it always complete mayhem before I come on the show?
I don't know. Valerie Leduc. Valerie, how you doing?
Doing pretty good out here.
Great. Welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, thank you very much.
Brian, tell us a little bit about this talented young lady.
Well, you know, the Leduc name is known for racing for many, many years, and Valerie is also, you know, she has 2 older brothers that do a great job racing, and also her dad. But Valerie is also an accomplished racer and coming out this weekend for the Powder Puff race. Valerie, tell us a little bit about the team you're racing for and the cause and everything.
Well, we're going to be racing the 511 car. It's going to be a 5 Open Unlimited. We're going to be sponsored by MAV TV, Lucas Oil, Canada, Tappet Beer, Atomic Coatings out in San Diego, BDR. We got PC Mechanics. We got United Motorsports, Cortita's Tire Shop, AJ Borelli's Pizza Shop, who's actually the city councilwoman. She's running for city councilwoman, and she's a 2-time breast cancer survivor. She also donated to us to get out there and run for the cure for breast cancer and ovarian cancer.
Wow. Now, whose car are you running?
We're going to be running BDR Brian's 5-car.
Really? Now, you guys went out just recently on Sunday and tested the car. Was that your first time driving it?
No, I actually got to drive it about 5 years ago. Now that this is the 7th annual Powder Puff for the Cure 5 years ago, and we ended up getting a 2nd place with her sister, with Lisa and her sister Christina Dego. It's pretty good times, but we got to go testing on Sunday out in Barstow, and we got a good hour in it, but it didn't. We had some alternator problems, so we just needed to change that over the week and the car apart to make sure we're all ready to go and going to be safe and finish.
Nice. And now, are you driving the whole race, or are you sharing the driving seat?
No, I'm going to be sharing the driving seat. They actually asked me to drive because Lisa Wendt, the sister of Lisa, who's going to be actually starting the race, that she's actually pregnant, so they asked me to go ahead and pitch in for her for this year. And we also have Jenny Young going to be doing the middle section, and then me and Carrie Winnett are going to follow up and try to finish this car for everybody.
So you and Carrie in the car at the same time?
Yep, we're going to be co-driving. She's going to be my co-dog. It's going to be fun.
Now, are you guys racing the morning race or the afternoon race?
We're going to be running the afternoon race. It's actually going to be starting at 2 o'clock. And we get to go and run until 3:30. At the latest cutoff is going to be 3 o'clock to make sure that everybody gets a clean lap and the race is over by 3 o'clock, so everybody's going to be safe and back home for the awards. And it's going to be a good time for a big barbecue, and it's going to be a good time at Tech on Friday night, and everybody should come out to Barstow behind Del Taco and come check it out. There's going to be tons of stuff off for raffling, and all the proceeds are going to be going towards breast cancer and to Cedar Cyanide and to make sure that we get the awareness out.
Hey, Brian, are you mowing the lawn while you're doing this interview?
No, my dad is in the background. He knows better. Yeah. I'm mowing the lawn. I need to take a picture of this, right?
It's like, hey, Dad, shut the lawnmower off.
I'm trying to walk away and it's not working.
Oh, that is so funny.
I thought maybe you were already at the Del Taco next to the 15 freeway.
Yes, sir. Out in Barstow. Come
Someone
check it
flying an airplane or what?
No.
God.
Now that you race trucks, you actually even raced my old truck, one of them, the Ranger. Do you like the trucks better than the buggies? What's your favorite thing to drive?
I actually really love the desert so much. I'm able to read the course better, and I just love getting that long seat time. And short course is a lot of technical and beats on your body really hard in those 20 minutes of racing. But the desert and long distance is a lot better, and I have the endurance for it, and should be a good time.
All right, so listen, I will be out there on Saturday, so we'll definitely get some video of you guys to get on the show for next week. And good luck to you, and we wish you guys the best. And thanks for everything you're doing for raising awareness for breast cancer. Really appreciate it.
Now, Brian,
thank you so much.
Brian, I got a question for you here. Isn't this the race where it's all women racers, but all the guys wear dresses?
Yep, half of them are wearing wigs, half of them are wearing dresses, and half of them are trying to get you to go into their pits for checkups, and it's a lot of good time. And
Checkups? So breast examinations?
Yeah, they have little lines out for checkpoints, and come over here, and they have their little doctor's outfits on. And
Wow.
Yeah,
it's all women in the driver's seat, and it's all women in the passenger seats, and there's going to be a lot of survivors out there this weekend, and just out there supporting and making sure that we let everybody know what's going on, and I hope to see everybody out there.
Well, I got to know, Bryant, have you picked out your outfit yet?
Well, last year I went up in the Mercier helicopter to watch the race for the Jeep race, and unfortunately we are not racing the Jeep this race. But I still have my pink suit I was wearing in the helicopter, so maybe I'll put it on again.
There you go. Now you just need a pink wig, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He can just dye his hair. He can live with pink. He's very secure in his masculinity.
I know.
Pink's the new black. It's all good.
Now, Valerie, you've obviously your family's very much into off-road racing. What is it about off-road racing that you find so appealing?
Appealing?
Yeah, what is it that draws you in?
Everything about it, from chasing down the race truck to being in the co-driver's seat with Brian Cannon last weekend and just chilling back and having a good time. It's a good atmosphere, and I love everybody in it, and half the people are part of my family.
Now, I'm not an off-road racer myself. I'm a drag racer, but thanks to Brian, I've had the opportunity to ride in a few cars, and I noticed there seems to be a lot of dirt involved. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but there's no windows on the car, and the tires put up a lot of dirt. At the end of the day, when you're just covered in dirt, is that a good feeling?
Oh, yeah, and half the time you're still in your race suit at the awards banquet at the end of the day, just loving life and having a good time.
Well, there's so much beautiful desert out there, and of course we're very fortunate here in California to have access to all this to race at. What particular organizations, obviously we're talking about this race, the breast cancer awareness, but what particular organizations do you like to race in the best?
Well, this race is the more part of it every year, and trying to go out there and not only getting to drive or co-drive, just to being able to get out there and supporting the cause and raise money. And then I love going and watching the Lucas Oil Series for sure. And then we're going to be getting back into the Score Series and just every series that I can get a hold of. I love to go and watch and just have a good time.
Now, the Lucas Oil is more of like a stadium type.
Yeah,
racing.
We call it motocross and NASCAR on drugs.
It's a catchy title,
I don't know how else to put it. I figured that was the best way, and everybody agrees.
Yeah, everyone's good with that.
Yep.
Now, you've been in different, what's the word, levels of race cars?
Well, I've gotten to race this 5-car before. I've also gotten to race a 1450, a 9-car, I've gotten to race Pro Lights, but it was a stock frame compared to everybody else in their 2-frame chassis, and I don't know, and I got to co-drive a lot and pre-run in a lot in Baja, so I have a lot of experience in being able to read the course and just drive.
Well, Brian Layton is one of the best co-drivers out there. He's a great driver, too, but he's really an exceptional co-driver. And I know that's a big part of off-road racing, having a good co-driver.
Oh, yeah. My girl, Carrie Winnick, she's going to be with me all day, and I got to take her out with me on Sunday to go test with me, and we got to adjust the radios to how we like, and I got to talk to her and show her how I'd like to see what's coming up, and not only just talking to me, I want hand signals and certain little things like I like to see instead of just chatter. I like it kind of quiet, and so she's going to have a good time, and she's gotten some money together today actually to about $400 to support this cause, and
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
She did really, really good today, and it's going to be a good time.
Now, I'm talking to people on the internet while we're, on Facebooking, and I'm crew updating on thefote.com, and a lot of the people want to know if you've got a Facebook page or a website. Where can they get more info about you?
Yeah, I got a Facebook page, just Valerie LeDuc. Check me out. I don't know how else to put it.
Do a search. Do a search.
Yeah, there you go.
There's not a lot of Valerie LeDucs out there.
No, I think there is, because, yeah.
Well,
a lot of people have trouble finding me, but I also have Instagram, and that's about it. But I'm out there. Come find me and check us out, and we'll be tagged in a lot of pictures and a lot of photos and videos on YouTube. And
so maybe if somebody put Valerie LeDuc Dirt Racer, that'd be an easy way to find you, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet. Off-road racer.
Off-road racer, that'll work.
There you go.
There you go. Well, look, Bruce found it. No problem.
There he goes. Yeah.
Oh, look, there you go.
Boom. Just like that. Well, but Bruce is, technically a genius.
Sure.
Yes.
Now you're pushing the truth.
Technically. Of course, it's all relative, and Well, Brian, great job tonight. I hope you guys have a great time and really do a great job representing racers for breast cancer and ovarian cancer.
Valerie, before we leave, are there any sponsors that help you out with all this racing?
Yeah, I actually threw them out a little minute ago, but there was MAV TV. We got Lucas Oil, off-road Lucas Oil, and we got all kinds of people from some tire companies in Yucaipa to PC Mechanics, United Motorsports out in Yucaipa, and AJ Barley's Pizza Place, and everybody's pitching in for this. It's going to be a good time. We also got Canada and all kinds of people coming and sponsoring and supporting.
Great.
All right, well, thank you very much for being on the show tonight, Valerie, and we'll see you for sure out there on Sunday. I'm excited about rooting you guys on, and get out there and do the best you can. Have fun.
Yeah, and if everybody comes out and checks it out, my dad's going to be coming out and watching us too on Saturday, for Saturday at noon.
Is he going to be bringing that lawnmower with him?
No. I hope not.
How about that dog?
Oh, my poor dog's too, barking at him on the lawnmower.
You guys have a fun
great
family.
night. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on the show, Valerie. Brian, great job tonight on the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report.
Thank you very much. Talk to you guys next week.
Bye-bye, Brian.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Bruce, I got a photo emailed to me of Dan Beebe in the Mighty Mouse Nova. I want to thank Tom for sending that to me. And it was from another website. And it was just Don and Dan Barry's Heroic Nova. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice right on the front of the front wheel, one of the Speed Scene Live stickers right there. So, if you've got a race car and you want to put a couple Speed Scene Live stickers on it, that's the old sticker, actually.
It is. And, we see that car around, so we're going to have to hit them up and give them some new stickers, Lucky.
Give them some new stickers, but I want to let people know that if you would like to get a pair of these Speed Scene Live stickers, pair, that's 1, 2.
One for each side, right, Lucky?
Shoot us an email. Give us an address. I'll mail you a pair for free. Put them on your race car. And you never know where your race car might show up. It might end up on a magazine website. It might end up on Speed Scene Live. Especially if you send us a photo, we'll make sure to get it right here on Speed Scene Live.
Hey, speaking of cars, which we have been speaking of all night, let me show you guys something here. Oh, man, well, it's going to take a little sec, but, I'll just stall for a little bit. There's this movie coming out. As far as I know, the celebrity, the star, whatever, is Tom Hanks.
Oh.
And
we love Tom Hanks. He's great in everything.
He doth rock. Yes, he does. And they needed some background, some 50s cars background, and for an airport scene that's going to be filmed at Ontario Airport locally, but it's going to be pretend at LAX, set in 1961. This car is going to be in it.
Oh,
is it really?
I recognize that car.
Your car's going to be in the movie, huh?
Yeah, the trouble is look at the paint. Look at the body on this thing. I mean, it's a straight car, but the paint is just destroyed. I mean, it's awful.
What year is that car?
It's a 58 Lincoln Continental.
58, 59, 60, 61. So can that become that in 3 years is what you're questioning, right?
And I'm saying no, it can't.
Wait. How much time do you have?
It's it's the filming is in about 10 days.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Can you just put primer coat on there?
Well, you know what? It's about I launched into it 2 days ago. This has been one crazy week.
Okay.
I decided to just do it because there was 2 cars that they were looking for, and unfortunately both of them were going to be a little too rusty to be able to use as is. Now, this one isn't necessarily rusty. It's just,
Is this the same car?
Same car.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah, and it's just got primer and stuff on it, but it's in decent shape and it's straight. But let's zoom into a headlight, for instance. See that rust on the top of that headlight?
Oh, yeah.
That cannot be there. So...
Bondo, baby.
I know, and it's been going through some crazy late-night hours and whatever, so hopefully we'll meet the deadline on the 15th of October. This car is going to be in the background on that movie. So
wow. So you're just going to do... quick, cheap, and dirty?
Quick, cheap, and dirty as fast as I can. Original color, which is a copper metallic. So I'm not going to change the color, which means we don't have to do the door jams. Don't have to do the.
Are they going to be opening the car doors?
They might, but again, it shouldn't matter because the jams will match.
Yeah.
As long as we get the right paint color.
Wow.
So we're looking for bueno, bonito, barato, which is good, beautiful, and cheap.
I like that. Barato, especially.
Yeah.
I need the barato, my friend.
Usually referring to women, but cars that works too.
Oh, hey! Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show.
It's not after 9 p.m., boys and girls.
Oh, that's right.
It is somewhere.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to say thanks to Max Chevy. That was the website that we pulled that photo from. So, MaxChevy.com. You guys rock some great photos there.
Nice. Well, last summer we did the Speed Scene Live Nationals out at Great Bend, Kansas, and we ran into a gentleman with a cool Honda. And, Diana went up and started talking to him, and it was kind of an interesting story. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to let the interview speak for itself. It was very touching. Bruce, let's go ahead and run that from...
Hey, this is Diana-Mite from Speed Scene Live. I'm out here at Great Bend at SRCA Drag Strip, and I'm with John Jenkins. John, you've got this beautiful vehicle behind us. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a 2000 Honda Civic. It belonged to my son. He passed away, and he had most of it done when he passed away, but I finished it the way he had planned. Just did the suicide doors in the front end, put a turbo on it, and quite a few things. And
now, you've taken it out, you've shown it a few places, it's won some awards. Tell us about that.
Well, it's won Best to Show at Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Kansas City several times, and Wichita, and won Judge's Choice at a big show in Wichita last year.
Well, that's quite an honor, Judge's Choice.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Out of, I think around 900, between 900 and 1,000 cars.
Now, what year is the car? What all have you done to it besides the suicide doors?
It's a 2000 Civic, and it's got air ride on it. Got Unreal stereo system in it. When my son did that, he redid the interior. And a lot of chrome, a lot of polish on the engine, air ride, 18-inch wheels, and there's so many things I don't know.
Well, now you take this around from car show to car show, right? And you've been showing it for quite a few years now. What are your plans for the future?
I'm just going to keep showing it, just in his memory.
Keep showing it in your son's memory, correct?
Yes.
You know what? I'm sure he's up there watching you, looking down on you, thinking how wonderful it is that you finished his car for him and you're taking it around the country, showing and winning awards.
Yeah, it's just unreal to win. It's unreal to win an Best of Show, but several Best of Shows, and I think we won 5 of them last year and several the year before, and one so far this year, and it's just everybody seems to like it, whether it's young people, old people, it don't make any difference.
Well, I know it's my favorite color, bright red. You just can't beat that.
Yeah, it's actually the original color, what color the car was when it was new. And he bought it when it was less than a year old and started working on it.
Well, very good, John. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it. You know, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of this car, and you will for many more years to come.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Lucky.
You know, let's take a minute and look at this car because
dang, man,
it was a beautiful car.
It really was. I mean, that gentleman put a lot of time and effort and love into this car, and you know, it's kind of his tribute to his son that he lost way too soon. You know, no parent should ever have to bury a child.
I think it was his way of dealing with the grief.
I think you're right, Lucky.
You know, he finished the car. He knew what his son wanted. And you know, I don't think no expense was spared. I mean, he just went ahead and finished it out just the way his son would have done it if his son was still alive. And I think somehow he felt a little bit better by being able to do that. And then he's taken it to so many shows. You know, the Speed Scene Live Nationals didn't really have a car show area, but he just brought it out because it was a big event. He wanted to show it off to people, and he liked to share the story of his son and share his son's car.
Yeah.
Wow, beautifully done. Carbon fiber hood there, and man, that is a nice looking car.
You know, and I know it can't be an easy thing to do, but
yeah,
at least you're doing something.
Yeah, and he was just the sweetest old man. You know, sat there and chit-chatted with them for quite some time, and he was very enjoyable. And you know, he was just sharing memories and so forth, which was really, really nice. And you know, that we always talk about cars and how cars bring out the best in people, and there's a camaraderie, whether it's racing or car shows or just displaying a car like this gentleman did. I thought it was pretty neat of him.
Yeah, it was, and of course, you know, it's always hard when you lose somebody. We lost a friend of the show just this last week, and you know, Papa Joe's wife Annette just passed away, and it's a tough thing for everybody that was close to the family.
Yeah, and we'd actually like to dedicate this show to Annette. Annette, we love and miss you very, very much, and you know, we're here for Papa Joe.
And so when you see Papa Joe at the races, go on up, spend some time, make sure that he knows that you're around, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and spend some time with Papa Joe. So right now, I guess it's time to do some what?
What's going on, Lucky? Brought to you
What's going on, baby?
Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends. Curry's got your rear end ready and waiting for you. Also brought to you by Hedman Headers. Well, Hedman's got many, many items, but we're going to let you know about the Hustler Headers. Right, Lucky?
That's right. That's right. And also DragRaceResults.com. You know, DragRaceResults.com is a website dedicated to the bracket racer. And if you want to get more info on big buck bracket races and different things in your area, go to DragRaceResults.com, and we've got a link on our site. Hey, Bruce, take this video forward a little bit because this
that looks fun. Is that like a swim park thing?
Yeah, water park.
Is that Dolly World?
It's Dolly World, Splash Mountain. In this area right here, see that big area in the back?
Sure.
That is a wave pool.
Wow.
And they drained it because the park is closed now for the season. And they had all the cars set up, and then they had all the PA announcer, the speakers and stuff there. But these were some of the best cars at the event. They had them on display. The top 25 right here. And some incredible cars, and a couple of these cars, of course, you would see at the show. And,
wow, look at that red.
Look at the craftsmanship.
Just gorgeous. Speaking of beautiful cars, beautiful red cars, you know, my VW is in the shop right now. My notchback is getting body work and paint.
You're
Hallelujah.
kidding.
What color, Diana-Mite?
Well, red, of course, Lucky. Red with a white top. It's going to be two-tone. I am so excited.
Now, what was its original color?
I think that red with white
I think
top.
red.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got it red and white, but it was a show car at one time back in the 70s, so it has a lot of the details with the chrome and all that good stuff. But I am just so excited, and it's over at Bill's Body Works in Fullerton, California. He's a personal friend of ours, and you know what? He's done a lot of work on many of our cars and done a wonderful job.
Ooh, that's going to be so cool. You're going to drive it over to the Speed Scene Live studios one of
I'm
these
so
days?
excited.
Ooh.
Yes.
That'll be a lot of fun to get that car all fixed up.
Next will be the upholstery.
Oh, that.
man. And what color will that be?
Well, that will be red and white too, Lucky.
Oh, what a surprise. You mean it's going to be matching?
Look at that Mustang, Bruce, just for you. I'm sure, Lucky. Oh, Charger. Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of everything. How about the Cadillac?
Oh, my
Look
goodness.
how low that Caddy sits.
Airbags, right, Lucky?
And that Cadillac was flawless.
Is that
beautiful.
a 55? What do you think, Bruce? 55, 56?
I'll go about there because of the taillights,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
And, you know, these cars, the quality was just amazing. And the whole engine compartment. This car right here, when you looked under the red Camaro.
It looked like that paint was poured on, Lucky. So flowy.
If you looked underneath, it looked the same. Now,
Well,
this car, I got to tell you, I don't know how much video I have. The roof is clear. It's a moon roof.
Oh, man. The whole
Oh, you mean inside? Well, what's that weird
entire
thing
roof.
underneath the hood? That's not stock, is it?
Oh, nothing's stock on this
Ah, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
look at all it's all black.
Yeah.
What's that thing?
Yeah, it's just a shield, I guess.
do you call
You can't
that?
see all the parts underneath.
Engine
Here's
shield?
this roof, man.
Well,
Oh, wow, that's
look at
pretty.
That, look at that. The whole thing.
Wow.
You can see through.
Wow, interesting.
That's sort of like those Mercury Sun Valleys and those early 50s Skyliners.
Yeah. Remember those old station wagons too? Those were they more late 60s, early 70s?
I think so.
forget.
With the side window, the Oldsmobile Vista
Yeah.
Cruiser.
The Vista Cruiser.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much custom work done on these cars, and a lot of it's just too much for me. You know, they go to a lot of work to hide the motor, where I kind of like to see the motor.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But okay, it's cool. I like it. You know, I really like this one because it was so old school, traditional,
green and white,
and it was so cool how at the end of the day I watched this guy get in that car and drive it home.
Yeah, see, that's what I like. I
It
don't
wasn't
like
a
to.
trailer queen.
Wasn't a trailer queen.
Yeah.
But you know, the engine bays, I would like to get better at that because you know I'm decent at getting a body straightened out or whatever. But man, you know, tackling an engine bay, it's a pain to do anything to it.
You got to cover a lot of stuff because there's so much stuff in there, and these guys that do this, they fabricate so much sheet metal to hide this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I always wonder, well, doesn't the motor get hot covered by all that sheet
Well,
metal?
I mean, and the motors are all, what you can see is bling bling. Why would you want to bling out a motor and then cover it? I just don't understand.
I don't know.
That would be, you know, hey guys, get a real pretty girlfriend and make her wear a muumuu. You know?
That would not be bueno bonito verazo.
That would not be right. Yeah. Well, let's do some more what's going on, Lucky.
I don't know if we've done any yet.
How about, yes, this weekend at the Auto Club Famosa Bakersfield
Diana,
is going
what's this weekend?
It's going to be the NHRA Heritage Race, Lucky.
Oh, that's right. You know, I'm going to try to make that race. I got to, you know.
I heard your car go vroom vroom in the shop.
Yeah. Now, look at this one. This is a nice Nova. They didn't cover
You
the
just
motor.
refused to do what's going on, huh, Lucky?
They left it stock, and it still hit the top 25.
Nice.
Yeah, the car's ready to go. You know, I changed the flex plate, like I said. I was just doing a little vroom vroom to make sure that it was all
Sure.
good and shiny.
Sure.
And
How about Streets of Thunder is also going to be this weekend in Ontario,
You know,
California.
Didn't we have Terry on the show last week about
Terry
that?
Freeman, you're
We
right.
did have Terry Freeman on the show. We want to thank her for coming in last week, and we want to promote her event.
So there.
So what else do we got going on, Lucky? Are you
Well,
going
we've got the October 12th through the 14th, the ANRA season finals. Go to ANRA.com for more info, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed, see if the Garland race team can clinch that championship.
October 12th through the 14th, the Tennessee Tuck Triple Crown Race at Bowling Green, Kentucky. This series has over 350,000 big ones up for grabs.
And the 19th to the 21st, California Hot Rod Reunion at Bakersfield. If you have any interest in cool race cars like this one right here.
There's may it rest in peace.
You can. No, this car's still running.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of King Kong.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, King Kong's gone. This car actually, Sparky sold it to Fingers, who lives in New Zealand. And
is he coming back?
He's coming back. The car's still here. He flies back, gets in the car, races down the quarter mile, and then flies home. He's got the longest commute of any alter driver.
What a fun guy.
Now, this is still Sparky driving it, but Fingers has driven the car several times. He's keeping it cool.
Sparky, Fingers, Lucky. Does everybody have to have a nickname?
Diana-Mite.
Well, I don't know about that. But this is a great car, and you will see cars like this at the California Hot Rod Reunion.
Okay, on October 26th through the 28th, the NMCA race. Well, you know what? The new location, it has moved from Fontana to Bakersfield. That's the Auto Club Famosa Bakersfield. Lucky?
And I got one more for you. 1320 Extreme, October 14th, Sunday Bracket Bash. Over $2,000 to win. You want more info? Of course you do. Go to 1320extreme.com.
Hey, Lucky, are they racing out there at Irwindale on Thursday nights?
They probably are.
I think they are. So, hey, Southern California racers, you need a place to go? Head on down to Irwindale Thursday night, and if you show up and nobody's there, knock on that door and tell them to open up.
And don't forget, Verona Drag Strip down by San Diego is running almost every single weekend, so check out their website and see what they've got going. Support your local tracks, whether you're in California, New Hampshire, Texas, Ohio, wherever you are, support your local tracks.
Man, that's the way it is. Well, look, here we are. It's the first show of October, and we're done already. I can't believe it. Where does this hour go every week?
Christmas is just around the corner.
Don't say that.
Halloween?
Oh, man.
Thanksgiving?
Well, okay.
Hey, Diana, when we have Thanksgiving, we usually have turkey for dinner. What kind of sound does a turkey make?
I don't know. Bruce, do you have one of those sounds? We'll go there around November, Lucky.
Okay, you're going to make us wait for that gobble sound.
I know. It's every year. It's tradition. Coming up next, per tradition, is the encore presentation of Speed Scene Live. I'm Bruce Barker, the guy without a nickname. Thanks so much for joining us. Diana-Mite, good to see you again tonight.
Good to be seen.
And you too, Lucky Hudson.
We'll see you next week with the big red Camaro.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks to Brian Layton and our guest, Valerie Leduc, for stopping in via phone tonight. Hey, we'll see you next week right here at Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.